Bills make me wanna shout. Kick your heels up and shout. Throw your hands up and shout. Throw your head back and shout. Come on now, the Bills are making it happen now. Stand up now, come on and shout. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Say you will.
Shout it right now, baby.
Say you will.
Come on, come on.
Say you will.
Come on and shout.
Say you will.
Yeah.
Shout.
Buffalo's happening now.
Shout.
We're on the move now.
Shout.
The Bills are happening now.
Shout.
They're making it happen now.
Shout.
We got the spirit. A lot of spirit,
yeah.
We got the spirit. Just watch it happen now.
Hey, 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 hey. Let's go, Buffalo.
Let's go, Buffalo.
Let's go, Buffalo.
Let's go, Buffalo.
The Bills make me wanna.
Woo!
AM
What a
is
game.
fall.
Yeah, that almost went sideways. And then almost came on after that. Oh gosh, what a game, guys. What a game, what a game, what a game, what a game. The Buffalo Bills beat the New England Patriots today. They put it on them, baby. First half didn't look great, as it usually does not. The second half, different story. You know what? Let's talk about it. Welcome, everybody, to the Redzone Report right here on the Built in Buffalo YouTube, X, and Facebook channels. I'm your host, Izzy, and I am ecstatic, as you can tell. The Redzone Report is sponsored by Monster Energy, so banner went up, and you can get your merch at www.trepublic.com/user/built-in-buffalo shop. Now, that's where I got this sweater. And I'll be wearing this sweater next weekend on Sunday in Cleveland. So if you're going to be in Cleveland, shout me out. Me and the wife are going to get out there, and yeah, it's going to be a good time in the cold. Not used to that kind of cold anymore, but you can't take the cold out of me. I was born in it. I was molded by it. And next week, Cleveland. But man, what a game. Let's go, Bills. The game went exactly like most Bills games have gone this season. Come from behind victory. We're down 21. And boy, oh boy, that second half was exactly what, the Bills do in the second half. Win. And the New England Patriots, they came out and they played valiantly, right? They had a really good first half. They started off strong. Drake May ran 2 in, and then Trevion Henderson had 2 touchdowns, 2 long touchdowns. Let's be clear here. The New England Patriots ran the rock effectively and efficiently today. They had 246 yards on the ground, 9.8 per carry, 4 touchdowns on the ground. All their touchdowns on the ground. Drake May was only, 14 of 23, 155, 0 tutties through the air, 1 interception by Trey White, which was a beautiful interception. Josh Allen, he didn't throw for over 200 yards. He had 193. But he threw 3 touchdown passes. 3 touchdown passes. 2 of them to Dawson Knox. Last week I had somebody on here trying to tell me that Dawson Knox isn't a good tight end. Yeah, okay. There he is. Dawson Knox eating the last 2 weeks. Khalil Shakir was our leading receiver, 5 receptions on 5 targets for 65 yards. And, man, Josh put the cape on today, man. He put the cape on today. James Cook also had a solid day, 22 carries for 107 yards, 2 touchdowns on the ground for him. And the Patriots did their best to bottle him up. He had 4.9 per carry. I mean, compared to what the Patriots' Trevion Henderson was doing, it's not a lot, but still an impressive day nonetheless. Josh ran 11 times for 48 yards, so 4.4 a carry. And the Bills needed to run the ball. They needed to run the ball. They ran the ball. They were effective doing it. The receivers, did pretty well, but the tight ends were the major story here. Dalton Kincaid, 3 catches for 34 yards, got us the first downs we needed. And, man, if they play like this the whole game, Josh probably goes over 400 yards. But, when you go into the half with only like 35 yards passing, craziness, absolute just mayhem. And Chiefs are now out of the playoffs, as I see in the comments. Somebody's mentioning that. I was watching that game. Chiefs are out. Mahomes injured his left knee in the game at the end there. Hopefully he recovers, swiftly. I know that Bills fans really can't stand the Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes, but you don't want to wish injuries on anybody. And, I hope that he has, a good recovery. I'd hate for his career to end like that. That'd be crazy. But he needed help to the medical room. Like when they were in the stadium and off the field, he was getting help by trainers. So looked like it was a hyperextension, but I'm not positive. I'm not a doctor either, so we'll go ahead and just check that off. Now, for the comments. Sandra, good evening, Izzy and Mafia family. Good evening, Sandra. Always here. Almost always the first comment. Appreciate you being here. Michelle D. Holloman. Dawson Knox is him. Yes, sir. I guess that's Michelle. I see the accent mark on the E there. So I'm going to say Michelle D. Holloman. Clearly a gentleman in the background there. So it's a guy, not Michelle. See, we did it. We did it. We knew we would. Okay. Yep. Sandra L. King back on the YouTube channel. Let's go, Sandra. Appreciate that. Let's go, Buffalo. Let's go. Absolutely. Glad for the W, but surprised. I'm not surprised. In my best Nate Diaz voice, I'm not surprised, mother. You know what he says. If you're a UFC fan, started off slow, terrible game plan, but we did it. We did it. We made the adjustments at half. Joe Brady has been notorious for not being able to make halftime adjustments. 44-year-old Phillip Rivers is on the field now for the Colts. I got Redzone on another TV over there. I got 3 TVs and a laptop in here. So yeah, I'm going. See, Michael G30. Josh Allen overcomes the worst situational head coach in Bills history. I don't know if that's true. Sean McDermott blew the whole first half with his horrible situational coaching. This is why the Bills are always behind Josh. Okay. I disagree, but cool. See, Henderson just kept going and around on us. Yeah. Well, the second touchdown, he was basically stopped, but then there was nobody on the back end on the left side. And so instead of continuing to run into the crowd, he just turned around and hit the Jets, and he was gone. But yeah, I don't think McDermott's a bad situational coach at all. If he was, then the second half wouldn't have happened. So there's that. See, no Chiefs in the playoffs. What a great Christmas gift. Let's go, Buffalo. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Let's go. My man Jacob. See, Joseph A. Brereton. Let's go, Izzy. Welcome back, Joseph. Good to see you. And Jacob. And Sandra L. King again. And Taylor will not be on any jumbo trains at games anytime soon unless she's rooting for another team. Let's go. Let's go. Man, Bills fans, how do you feel? How do you feel? I mean, looking statistically at the game, wasn't great, but it was a solid day. I mean, we beat them in passing, but we definitely took the L when it comes to rushing. Didn't matter because Josh Allen decided to throw on his cape. 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, no fumbles. James Cook, 2 touchdowns, no fumbles. What a day. Matt Milano with 2 sacks. Shout out Matt Milano. 2 sacks, 2 tackles for a loss, 10 total tackles, 9 of them solo. Matt Milano had a damn day today. Matt Milano turned on the old Matt Milano. It was a beautiful day for him, making tackles behind the line of scrimmage, sacking the quarterback. Man, happy to have you back, Matt Milano. What a day. Maxwell Harrison was good in coverage today. 6 total tackles, 4 solo. Taron Johnson was up and down, but that stop on Hunter Henry, fourth quarter, I think it was third down. Drake May throws the ball. It goes through his hands. As it's going through his hands, Taron Johnson ensures it goes through his hands and takes him out. Good play. Cole Bishop had a solid day. Jordan Poyer, you had the pick, man. You dropped it. Come on, Jordan. Jordan knew it too. Hit his hands. He just looked down. He was just like, son of a Cam Lewis, good day in coverage. Also 4 tackles, 4 of them were solo. Stephon Diggs, you get to hold the L today, by the way. Sucker. 3 catches for 26 yards. Mac Hollins, 4 for 41. He was their leading receiver. Keyshawn Butte, 1 catch for 30 yards. That BS catch that he caught. Come on now. And then they didn't review our big catch there. They did challenge that, but the refs in this game were so-so. They definitely had their moments, but they were definitely so-so. And Ray Davis, again, with the freaking special teams. Ray Davis, 4 returns for 164 yards. He had a 58-yarder today. He got tackled from behind. If he was just a little teeny weensy bit faster, that's a house call. I know he's not putting the production on offense, but look, I'll take him as a kick returner any day of the week. Twice on Sunday. Ray Davis, outstanding kick returns, finding the hole, and he burst through it like it's an offensive run play. And I don't remember who the announcer was, but there was an announcer who said that the kickoff is basically a run play. I think it was Bill Cowher who said that on one of the football pregame shows. It wasn't this week. It was earlier in the season, but they were discussing it, and he was mentioning that it was more of a run play than anything now. Khalil Shakir, he had 1 punt return for 12 yards. They typically punt away from him, or he is very intelligent with how he fields them. He's not one guy who's gonna, go out there and screw it up. He's gonna either catch it or he's gonna let it bounce. He's very smart and disciplined about how he handles that. I like him being the punt returner because he's not gonna take the big hit, and he's also not gonna put your team at risk. He's going to do the right thing for the team every time. He always has on these punt returns. And so shout out to him. Mitch Wishnowski averaged 40.5 per punt today. We had 4 punts. Good for him. We didn't kick a single field goal. All tutties today. All 5 extra points made by Matt Prater. And the Bills just came back. They had the ball at the end of the second quarter. They didn't score. And, went into half 21-7. It looked like we were going to lose this game. But, lo and behold, Sean McDermott, Joe Brady, and Bobby Babich, they had other things to say. So they went out there and they redid the game plan and took that game back over. So, hell yeah. Go Bills, Patrick. Go Bills. Let's go Buffalo Izzy. Yeah, buddy. Levon Smith, go Bills. Good, so good. Oh, yeah. I hope we figure out how to play all 4 quarters like we do in the second half. I would love that, because then we'd blow people out like we did the Panthers. That game we played all 4 quarters, and you see the results. The Panthers got smoked 40-9, and I know they didn't have Bryce Young, and people can make that equivalent and see if they want to, but Josh and the offense still like manhandled them on offense. So even if Bryce was there, and the game is 24-40 instead of 9-40. The offense still did what they did. See, Joey Bosa blocked that last pass. Yeah, that was the 4th down. So on the 3rd down before that, Drake May was throwing to Hunter Henry, and Taron Johnson played through him. Trey White played great. He did play great. He had an excellent game. Christian Benford was down today. He hurt his toe in practice this week. I know a lot of people were worried about it, and Trey and Max went out there and did their damn thing. Sandro with the freaking arm. Let's go. I'll be right back. I gotta shut this window. It's cold. And I'm back. So they need to stop being a second half team. No, they don't. They just need to start being a first half team, but they don't need to stop being a second half team. Right? If you stop being a second half team, that's how you end up like the Patriots did today. See what I'm saying? So I'm with the idea and the concept of what you're saying, But hell nah. I'll take being a second-hand team and winning versus not being a second-hand team. See, Green Bay just recovered a fumble against Denver. I saw that. Yeah, I got Redzone over here, baby. Oh, yeah. Trust me. Trust and believe. See, we need Green Bay to win. Let's go. I'll take it. I did use the playoff machine from ESPN, and I did find a way for the Buffalo Bills to take the 1 seed. And it does require the Broncos to lose. It requires the Patriots to lose one more against the Jets or Dolphins. If they lose next week against the Ravens, cool. I'll take that too, but we need them to lose one more against the Dolphins or the Jets. So if they lose to the Ravens and then one of them, I'm down with it. Cool. Go Bills right here. See, if Green Bay wins and the Bills win out, yeah. We also, again, need the Patriots to lose one to an AFC East opponent. So we'll see. McDermott didn't challenge that play. Vrabel challenged the same play and won. Yeah, basically. McDermott is not so successful with challenges, so I think he's a little bit more reluctant to do so. See, the Bills can still clinch first place in the AFC. They can. It's going to take some help from other teams, obviously, right? With the Packers winning today. We need the freaking Jaguars probably to lose one more. We got to win out. And actually, let me take a look at the standings. Because the Jaguars, if I'm correct, beat the Jets today. Standings. Playoff standings. So the Broncos are in 1. New England's in 2, 11-3. The Jaguars 10-4. The Bills are 10-4. Let's see. Houston's 9-5, so they're right on our tails. If they tie us, then we end up one slot behind them unless we win the division. The Chargers are 10-4. They just beat the Chiefs. And behind them at 8, you have the Colts, the Ravens, and the Dolphins. And the Chiefs, the Bengals, the Jets, the Browns, the Titans, and the Raiders have all been eliminated from the playoffs. What a day, man! The Chiefs eliminated from the playoffs. Again, Mahomes, sorry you got hurt, bro, but for the being eliminated, bye. I'm so happy with today. I'm so happy today. I'm gonna sleep well tonight. Let's go. See, I think we would be hard to beat if we played like that second half. We would be unstoppable. If we played the first half like we played the second half and maintained that same success in the second half, we'd be unstoppable. No one would beat us. We'd crush. Prater, hell yeah, had a good game. See, Izzy, it's great to be a Bills fan. A great win, and the Chiefs are eliminated. My brother, Marcial Antonio. Let's go, baby. Second half. You know it, bro. I didn't get to see you today, but I love you. Usually you come through, but I love you. See, I wonder if Mecole Hardman will take Shakir's place on special teams to protect Shakir. He might. It's possible. The question is, if you bring him back onto the roster, who you cutting? It's a difficult question to answer. See, Cook was cooking, and another great Knox game. Yeah, he didn't have a lot of yards, but the catches he made were impactful, very impactful. 2 touchdowns for Dawson Knox. You can't beat it. You just can't beat it. Like, I'm going to take that all day, every day, and I'm very proud of how they played. Very proud of how they played in that second half. The first half was disgusting, but second half, oh, yeah. And I got a super chat. It's kind of rare because, not a lot of YouTube traffic for us, but I accept you. Please and thank you very much. Rooting for Green Bay. Bills went out when AFC. Okay, yeah. Went out, they get the AFC. If they went out, they can take the first place in the AFC. See, the finest reposted this stream. I appreciate that, man. Thank you, sir. Awesome. See, David, message to the national media. Josh Allen is the MVP, point blank, period. Love your show, Izzy. I thank you so much, Damien. Keep that energy, baby. Keep that damn energy. You are so correct, son. Freaking Josh Allen is the MVP. I don't care what nobody says about it, or I don't care what anybody says about it. Josh Allen, MVP, all day, every day. Please, guys, make sure you hit the like, share, and subscribe button, especially if you're on YouTube. It helps the algorithm a lot. Sandra King, 100%. Oh, yeah. And my brother, Marcial. Love you too, bro. Little man's sick, but he says go Bills. Go Bills, buddy. I love you, Papa. That's the second family member today I've heard is sick. Just in case, Choppy, if you don't know, Nana's got COVID, so hit her up on Facebook. You know, she's I was talking to her on Messenger today, and yeah, she got COVID. She's not doing too bad, but you know, COVID's not that serious anymore. But you know, some people still have some really bad reactions. Cook had 107 yards. You bet your ass he did. He had 107 yards today, 22 carries, 2 touchdowns, cutting through that defense like butter when he scored them too. Well, the first one, not so much. The first one was I call it the slinky TD, right? Because he gets to the line, he gets hit, he kind of folds up, and then he springs across the end zone line. They called it not a touchdown at first, and then Sean McDermott challenged that one, baby. He challenged that one, and he was successful with the challenge. Let's go. Lions just took over against the Rams 7-0. Let's go Bills. Daniel Adams, welcome back, baby. Good to see you. I thought this would be a big Diggs game. We haven't he was having anxiety on the sidelines. Yeah, well, he lost. So toma. Cooks is getting closer to hitting a big play from Josh. Yeah. He's getting closer. They're getting more and more how you say comfortable with each other. And yeah, the comfort level is improving from what I can see. But you got to make that catch, Cooks. You got to make that catch, baby. Gotta make that catch. See, those hats and TDs are going overseas. Let's go. Got to get these. Got to get them. See, 3 tutty. Yep. No, Cook had 2 touchdowns on the ground. Josh had 3 through the air. Miss Nancy Nelson Sykes, mother again of Lance Nelson, president built in Buffalo. My guy. He's always coming in here talking about what it is because I'm Izzy. I'm just happy, man. I'm very happy. Let's go, Buffalo. Nathan Lynch. Welcome to the show. Best second half team in the darn NFL. Yep. Try to keep you from cursing, bro. Man, I mean, there were some outstanding plays in this game. Like Josh went out there, he made it happen. He's been playing clean ball the last few weeks. What is that, 3 wins in a row now, I think? Maybe 4. Bills have now won against the Patriots, the Bengals, and the Steelers all in a row. So we are officially on a win streak. The one loss that stops us from being on a 5-game win streak is the Texans game, which, you know, could have been better, but, you know, we'll have to eat that one. Next week against the Browns. Buffalo Bills, 75.8% win chance in that game. The Buffalo Bills are currently 8.5-point favorites in that game. And again, I'm going to be there. It's going to be a beautiful, beautiful day. Probably not. It's probably going to snow. Another thing, guys. Here's a fact for you guys. How about Bosa on that last play? Yes. How about Ty Johnson on the offense's last play? He did that. He did the same play last week against the Bengals, with Ty Johnson at fullback, and then just I know that was against the Steelers. The Steelers, yeah. Bill's second half identity transformation is something that needs to be studied. It is something that needs to be studied, G or Freddie. Hell yeah. Izzy salute, bro. Big dubs. Let's go, Bills. Oh, yeah, Sean. Oh, yeah. Welcome back to the show, by the way. I remember seeing you before. Man, what a freaking day. Like, you can't ask for a better day. Chiefs are out. Freaking the Jets take an L. The Patriots take their L today. I'm trying to look for scores now. I know the Dolphins played, I believe. Yep. No, they play tonight or tomorrow night against the Steelers. I hope that, you know. No INT, 2 penalties, 2 sacks. Second sack was on Josh. Yep, it was. He kind of walked right into it, but, you know, it happens. Bills defense slowed down Stephon Diggs. They sure did. They held Stephon Diggs to a very, very low catch rate, and he had a first down. So, I mean, one of his catches was pretty consequential, keeping the Patriots drive going, but didn't really result in points. Again, Stephon Diggs, 3 catches on 4 targets, 26 yards. He had 1 first down. His longest catch was 16 yards. So the Patriots did get some chunk plays. They only had 1 pass that went for more than 20 yards. So only had 1 long pass, and it was to Kayshon Boutte, and it was really not a catch. Josh Allen had at least 3. He had 1 37-yarder to Khalil Shakir. He had a 24 to Dalton Kincaid. He had another 19-yarder to Dawson Knox. He had at least 2 over 20. Man. I thought Khalil Shakir would do a little bit more today, but at some point the Patriots are going to try and start taking him away. That's kind of the Patriot way, right? Vrabel's a Belichick guy, so he does operate in a similar way to Bill Belichick when it comes to game planning and ideas. When it comes to how they're going to play a team, and generally speaking, they try to take away your best thing. So in the first half, they took away James Cook, and then Khalil Shakir started eating him alive. And so then they try to take away him in the fourth quarter. And, finally they got Shakir downfield, by the way, because Shakir can get downfield. He's not just a bubble screen guy, tunnel screen guy. He's not just that. Khalil Shakir is a much more nuanced wide receiver. Is he a great downfield threat? No, but he can do it. It's something he can do out of the slot. And so if you're going to have Shakir out there, don't just use him for one thing that you think that he's going to be good at. He's good at a lot more things than that. He's got pretty good toe taps too on the sideline. He can definitely catch the ball and get both feet in and then, go out of bounds. Khalil Shakir, very underrated player. Tyrell Shavers didn't get any targets today, but he was awesome again blocking for the run. And Joshua Palmer, man, you got to catch better, baby. See, have a good night, Izzy. Your show was awesome. I appreciate you, Joseph. If that means you're leaving, then we'll see you next weekend. Maybe I'll be in Cleveland, so I don't know if my show is going to be at 7 like normal, or if it'll be right after the game, or if I'll even be able to do one. So I'm gonna have to talk to Built in Buffalo to see if one of our guys can cover down on me and make sure that we still have a show after the game. But I'm gonna try and get a show for you guys. See, KC 16-13L, indeed. Yeah, I will say Mac's stretch catch was crazy. Yeah, Mac Hollins had that crazy catch. It was crazy. It was wild. I don't even remember who's covering him. See, Bills did that without Benford. Milano decided to show up like it was 2022 all over again. Bigged up. Milano came back with the force, man. Matt Milano had one hell of a day. He had one hell of a day. And very proud of him and how he played. He 10 tackles, all of them solo, 2 tackles for a loss, 2 sacks. Like, he was everywhere. He was everywhere. That dude was Ryu Hayabusa out there. He was just, you think he's right here? Nope, he's over there making the tackle. Awesome. Nail-biting game, 2nd week in a row. Yeah, but you know what? We can use the cardio. I'm just kidding. Miss Nance. Josh Allen proving he is MVP yet again. Yes. My buddy called me today. He actually pulls for the Cowboys. He says he isn't a Cowboys fan again until Jerry dies, which is kind of a messed up sentence, but he's from Dallas. He's more of a college football guy. Like, you talk about anything about college football and he can tell you where an NFL player played their ball. He can tell you, who had this season and that season. And man, he called me today when the Bills started to come back, and he was like, dude, if you guys come back and win, if Josh Allen keeps playing like this and wins y'all this game, like, I think he jumps to first place in the MVP running. I think he's the MVP. And I'm like, you might be right, bro. And I'm with the Josh Allen MVP. Shoot, Milano and Knox playing like it's 2022. Yes, they are. I like it. I like seeing Dawson Knox play well, even though only 37 yards. Look, 2 touchdowns. Got open, and he was Josh's safety blanket today. I love that. Let's keep that up. I like having multiple tight ends on the field. Keep that up. My man Michael says, I miss Mac Hollins. Look, I think we all do. I think we all do. I mean, let's be honest. He's a damn good player. He's not a great wide receiver, but he is a glue guy. He's a team guy. He's a locker room guy. And then he can make excellent catches. He's got good hands. But he's number 4, number 5 receiver. And I think he went to the Patriots because he'll be a little higher. Like he was on the field almost the entire game. I think he's actually probably one of their starters. It's him, Diggs, and Boutte or Booty. I assume it's French. He went to LSU. I believe he's from Louisiana. It's probably actually pronounced Boutte, but today he was Booty. See, I agree. Low yardage for Knox, but huge plays. And yeah, Mac didn't want to leave. Mac did not. So I don't know if Mac did or didn't want to leave because they asked Brandon Beane why he didn't bring Mac Hollins back. And he said, you'd have to ask Mac. We wanted him back. So I don't know who to believe on that, but I would have loved to have Mac Hollins back. You have Mac Hollins, you have Keon Coleman, you have Khalil Shakir, you have Joshua Palmer, and at the time Elijah Moore, who is no longer with the team. But then you cut him and you bring in Brandon Cooks later in the year still. Yeah, I think this receiver core could be a lot better. And I like having Gabe Davis back. It's basically like replacing Mac Hollins. But Gabe Davis is not as vocal a player. I think that they are on par with each other as players. But, Mac is a leader. Like, he's a real leader out there. And so when you're a leader of men and you got a guy who, even as your 4th or 5th wide receiver, is a true leader of men, you're going to miss that guy. Second half adjustments are making a difference, but we do still need to stop digging first half holes. Yeah, we do. We do got to stop digging those first half holes. See, I prefer Tyrell Shavers over Mac Hollins. I respect the opinion. I don't necessarily agree with it, but I do respect it. But Tyrell Shavers is blocking his ass off. And he's more of a quiet type of leader. I like the fact that he's out there just putting in the work. So, yeah. See, Mac never quits playing. That's what I love about him. I agree. He is not a quitter at all. And when his teammates make a play, you see him smile, you see him light up, you see him talking trash. I like it. I miss Mac Hollins before the games coming to the stadium with no shoes on, dressed up as Fred Flintstone or, whatever he dresses up as. He's just crazy. Mac was dependable. Mary Ann Calabrese back on the podcast in the crowd. Love it. Welcome back, Mary. Mike Karsinski. Too bad we didn't have a Houston defense. Yeah, tell me about it. But hey, it is what it is. Ooh, Jordan Love, nice throw. But guys, the Buffalo Bills went out there, handled their business, got this big division win, are now 1 game behind the New England Patriots, and it's not a tiebreaker. If the Patriots lose one more game to an AFC opponent, which the Dolphins usually beat them at least once a year, so unfortunately we have to pull for the Dolphins and the Jets 2 weeks in a row. I don't like it, but it is what it is. But I'm also here for it. If it means winning the division, I'll cheer for the Dolphins. I won't wear any of their gear, but yeah. See, I have a good feeling Keon will step up and we will pick up a good wide receiver in the offseason. I hope you're right. Because I know a lot of people are already on the get rid of Keon train. I'm not there yet, but he's definitely pushing me in that direction. But I really do hope that you're correct here. I hope that he pulls it together, grows up a little bit, and takes care of business. And then we can get another guy in the draft. Look, I wanted Jaden Higgins from Iowa State this year, but me and my buddy were looking at some potential draft prospects. Before I get out of here, I'm going to go ahead and pull up some prospects I was looking at for the Buffalo Bills, first couple rounds that I like, right? Because the Bills need to revamp some positions here. And I think it's very important, right? And so if you look at the wide receivers, there's a wide receiver coming out of, there's another wide receiver coming out of, this one's Arizona State, looks like, Jordan Tyson, but he's more of a slot guy. So He's not a guy. No, he's an outside X guy. He's currently NFL Draft Buzz's number one wide receiver, but he runs a 4.5. Right, he's a little slower. He's 6'2", 200 pounds. I like the kid, but there's another guy on here who I really like. I believe it's this guy right here, 6'4", 209 out of Washington, Denzel Boston. He is an outside X receiver, and he's got 4.5 speed, which is similar to Gabe Davis. I like him more than I like Jordan Tyson because Jordan Tyson's a little smaller. He's a little lighter. Chris Bell out of Louisville, though. This boy is fast. 6'2", 220 pounds, too. He reminds me a lot of A.J. Brown, but he's faster. 4.4, 4 speed. And, yeah, I watched some tape on this guy. Outstanding. And he's got good hands. Look out for Chris Bell from Louisville. I liked him quite a bit. And Nick Harbor from South Carolina, another big guy, 6'5", 235, 4.24 speed. We'll see what their speed actually is at the combine, but Nick Harbor from South Carolina, another big wide receiver who I'm looking forward to at the combine, and I'm hoping that he puts up numbers. He's a guy I think the Bills could target in the second round. Then at linebacker, there was a couple of guys here. I'm looking at big linebackers, right? I'm not looking at small dudes. So like Anthony Hill Jr. out of Texas, 6'3", 238 pounds. Sonny Styles, 6'4", 243 pounds. C.J. Allen out of Georgia, 6'1", 235 pounds. We need another guy that's bigger to be a true Mike. You move our boy Bernard. You move him out to Will because Milano's not going to be with us next year unless the Bills decide to sign him back, which is possible. But I think that ship has probably sailed. Maybe you keep him around, at a lower rate, so that way, you have a backup because Bernard does tend to get hurt. But if you take him out of the Mike spot, I think that he doesn't get hurt so much. Give me 1 second, guys. All right, my son, come up here pumped. Go Bills, baby. Go Bills. But yeah, linebackers, there's a bunch of guys that are out there. I'm hoping for somebody 230 or bigger. One guy who's under 230 who I'd be okay with, Deontay Lawson out of Alabama, 6'2", 228. He's close enough. But like there's a guy coming out of Ole Miss, Suntarine Perkins. He's 210 pounds. Like, no, thank you. LSU's got another guy, Harold Perkins, coming out, 222 pounds. Michigan's got a guy, Jay Sean Barham, 6'3", 243 pounds. I'd like another big receiver who can really learn from some of the guys we have. I would like to bring Shaq Thompson back, to school up whatever linebacker we draft in the first or first, second, third round. I'd like a linebacker early this draft. First 3 rounds, I'm looking receiver, I'm looking linebacker, and I'm looking safety. All right, we got to get somebody to pair up with Cole Bishop. I like Jordan Poyer. You can bring him back again as a trainer, so to speak, as a safety who's going to help school up whoever comes in. But starter, he's not doing terrible this year. Should have had that pick today, but like you can bring him back as your fourth or fifth safety, and I'd be okay with that. Although I do like the guy we drafted out of Ohio State. His name is eluding me, and even though his name is eluding me, I start him in Madden because he's fast in the game. Where is he? I'm gonna see his name, and I got the names listed here. No, I don't. Jordan Hancock. I do like Jordan Hancock. If you bring Jordan Poyer back to help school him up a little bit better, that'd be cool. But outside of that, I don't think he should be starting anymore. Yeah. I was surprised Gabe was healthy and active. I'm not really. he's not producing a ton in the passing game. He is blocking a lot, but if you want to get your guy Keon Coleman up to speed, he's got to get reps. And I think that they are prioritizing that. Adam Zoldak, welcome back. Casey finally eliminated from the playoffs. You damn right. No Joe Burrow. And no Patrick Mahomes. Gabe was only healthy and active, so we could get some different wide receivers in. I think so. Patriots play Baltimore next week. Yeah, and I hope the Ravens win, you know? I hope the Ravens win. Does it help us in the division race? A little bit, yeah. It gives us a little cushion, right? If the Patriots lose to the Ravens and then also the Jets or Dolphins, we can afford to lose one more game. It would probably knock us out of contention for the first seed, but, you know, I'm more looking at the division. I would love the first seed. So that way the playoffs run through Buffalo no matter what. Buffalo Bills are 14-1 in Buffalo for the last 2 years. So, yeah, I'm here for it. It'd be a great way to close out this season's, career. Because the season, as you know, will be torn down. And the new stadium, they had a fire there, I guess, this morning or last night. But luckily, no significant damage. So the new route, the new Highmark Field, nothing, really to report about the fire other than it happened. See, they it was like a concrete fire potentially, which I don't know what that means because I didn't know concrete was flammable, but it is what it is. He had the ball, but his shirt was grabbed, and it was a big penalty on the Pats. It was a first down. My man Nathan Lynch, Anthony Hill's nasty. Anthony Hill is nasty. Look, I'm not a Texas fan, but I do pull for them and Syracuse. My buddy is from Dallas. He's a big college fan. I spoke about him earlier. My man Jesse, and he loves Texas football. I went to a Texas game with him a couple of years back in Texas. I actually flew to Dallas where he lives. We drove to Austin where the Longhorns play. I wore a Longhorn shirt and a Bills camo hat, and I had a good time. I had a great time. Bijan Robinson was playing in that game. He was nasty in that game, as he usually is. But Anthony Hill is a dream come true for me at linebacker if we can get him. He's my dream scenario. Anthony Hill's nasty. This will be a draft to keep picks to draft a wide receiver and not trade away picks like we did to get Diggs. Depends who's available. If Justin Jefferson becomes available for trade, I'm calling Minnesota. We're not in your conference. We're not in your division. We're not in your radar. Your boy wants out. What you want? If you give him a first round pick this year and next year, I'm okay with that. That's Justin freaking Jefferson. That's the best or the second best wide receiver in the league. Sign me up. But I would prefer a draft pick like you, because then you have that rookie contract. See, where is everybody reporting from? Charleston, South Carolina. Here, born and raised, Syracuse, New York. I am in the Fayetteville area of North Carolina. I live in Cameron, about 20 minutes north of Fayetteville, and about an hour south of Raleigh. I was stationed here at Fort Bragg, where I did 2 deployments to Afghanistan. From here, I also was stationed in Alaska for a while. I did a deployment to Iraq when I was there. So the Army influenced where I live now. My wife didn't want to go back to the cold, so, here we are. Shaq Thompson has done well for the Bills. He absolutely has. He should be the starter for the remainder of the year, in my opinion. If you're going to do it based on results, that's fine. If and when Terrell Bernard is healthy again, you have him sub in from Milano at times. Obvious passing downs, you sub in Terrell Bernard because he's not great against the run. Obvious rundowns, you leave Bernard, you leave Milano in there, and that's where he should be. Maybe Darnell Savage. I like Darnell Savage. I really do. He's still a young guy, pretty young. He is, come on, 28 years old, right? So he's not super young, but he's not 30. So he could be a guy that steps up for us, but he's only been on the team for a week, so we'll see. See, Hancock is a safety from Ohio State. Yep, Jordan Hancock. Thank you, guys. Buffalo, New York, Mafia Country. Let's go. Fire new stadium and shooting 2 miles from where the Bills were staying at. What the hell? Okay, yeah. Brown University, I think, right? These shootings are freaking wild. There's also a shooting in Australia. It's crazy. First day of Hanukkah, and they say that it looks like it was a hate crime. And they don't have guns in Australia. So they acquired illegal weapons and then decided to fire on a crowd. There are 2 shooters that are known for sure. They believe it might have been a third. One of them died and the other one's taken into custody. And the other one, if there was a third, is at large. But man, that's crazy. That's crazy. They had that Christchurch shooting in New Zealand a few years back where like 50 something Muslims were killed. And then this one, it looked like they were targeting Jewish people. Terrible, terrible, terrible stuff that's happening in this world. People be just violent, terribly violent. I hope that if there's a third gunman at that one, that he's found and brought to justice. And I hope Australia has a death penalty. Put that guy down. That's terrible. You don't just go shoot people based on their religion, based on their race, based on their creed, their color. None of that. Right? That's, but the only time you should be killing somebody is if they kill somebody else, or if they're threatening your family. Outside of that, I'm not for people dying. I'm a soldier, and as a soldier, I'm a protector, as a veteran. Packers are up 6-0. FYI, I got the Game Pass, baby, or Redzone. I'm watching Redzone on the Redzone report, baby. See, brother, they do not need in Texas when it comes to football. Did you see the dads that rode horseback chasing the bus that was sending the kids to the finals? I did not, but I have to check that out. That's hilarious. Vietnam, you damn right. You know what it is, man. Vietnam is crazy. See, Josh is the best quarterback in football. You bet your ass he is. Justin Jefferson has a $72 million dead cap. That's their problem, not ours. You know what I'm saying? Like if we traded for him, they eat that dead cap, not us. May choked. Look, May had 2 rushing touchdowns on the day, no passing touchdowns. May got shut down in the passing game, which is pretty crazy. But, our defense has always been better against the pass this year versus the run. Like, if you look at our running numbers against our defense, it's freaking terrible. But passing-wise, we've done very well. We shut down Aaron Rodgers. We just shut down Drake May. Tua had a pretty good game against us somehow. But for the most part, like, we haven't had a lot of guys throw for big yards on us. It's just not been in the cards. So, yeah, thank you for your service, brother. My uncle retired Army 30 years, and out of brag, I did 10 years active. Was it Air Force Special Operations Command? So were you a pararescue jumper? Were you a PJ? Let me know. And now I'm in the reserves. Okay. 2 years strong. Hell yeah. So I was going to go in the reserves after I got out of the Army so I could, finish out my last 7 years I would have needed to retire. But they couldn't find the job that I had signed up for. So I had already done 13 years, so I didn't owe any inactive reserve time. And then I got, 90% disability through the VA. And so I was like, all right, well, I'm going to go ahead and just cancel out my contract because they breached it. And so after that, I fought for my 100%. I'm 100% permanent, total disabled. And now I have a steady job. I've been working for 10 years with a company called CPI Security. They take care of us pretty good. That's why I've been with them for 10 years. And it's a very enjoyable job if you like, simple electronics, which I worked on complicated electronics in the Army. I worked on helicopters, fixing NVGs and transponders and all kind of stuff like that. Chaff dispensers, missile launchers. If it was on a helicopter, it was electronic and it wasn't a radio, I fixed it. And so, yeah, it was very fun being in the military. I do miss it quite a bit at times, but, my body does not. So where we are with that. Let's go, Buffalo. Richard Aldrich, welcome to the party, baby. John Robert, Justin will not be traded with that dead cap. That is what I meant. I don't know, man. How much did Diggs have when we traded him away? We took a big old dead cap hit, with Diggs. Let's go, brother. So happy for you, man. Well-deserved 100% PNT. It's a game changer. It is a game changer. It's like $4,000 a month. And, my kids are all graduated high school. I got two of my 2 boys. They're here for the holidays. My older boy, he still lives here because he's in he's going to a community college because he's going to be a mechanic, or he already technically is a mechanic. He's Ford certified already, but he's going for his degree in automotives, and universities don't carry that, and so he wants to become a mechanic. He's actually also going to look at potentially doing his bachelor's in business, maybe looking to open up his own performance shop. So that'd be awesome. See, I'm a big Wolverines fan, so will we look at a University of Michigan defensive player in the draft? Very possible. One of the linebackers I named was Jayshawn Barham, 6'3", 243 pounds. He's estimated running 4.55. Let's see. He is a box linebacker. So Mike, and I wouldn't mind seeing him. If we wait till like the third round, I think that he would fit us perfect. Back when he was in the draft, Leo Chenal was a guy who I wanted. The guy who's on the Chiefs now, who I now have to not like, but he came out of Wisconsin. He was like 250 pounds. He's a big boy, and he's a good linebacker. Solid in coverage, good at hitting, stopping the run. But yeah, this guy, Jayshawn Barham from Michigan, is a candidate I think that we could look at in the draft. Diggs had over $30 million. Okay. I don't remember what the exact number was for his dead cap. I know that he had just signed and was just beginning. Like if he stayed here, it was the first year of his $96 million extension, or $94 million, something like that. See, I'm happy for you, man. I'm happy for you, man. Ford CEO came out the other day saying how they are down bad with mechanics and a ton of open slots for $120K a year. Look, if my son makes $120K a year, right out of college, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Barham is a monster pass rusher. He's a damn good pass rusher up the middle. I'm not sure if Michigan runs a 4-3 or a 3-4, though. I haven't watched a lot of tape on them. I'd have to go back and watch some of this tape, but in what I've read in scouting reports, Barham is a monster. And if you get a guy who can blitz up the middle like Shaq Thompson, a guy who can run downhill, I would love to bring Shaq Thompson back for one more year to help school somebody like Barham or Anthony Hill. Like those are probably my two favorite guys. Hill earlier in the draft and Barham a little later. But there's a bunch of smaller guys, Whit Weeks from LSU, who I'm kind of like, I hope we stay away from him. A&M's got a decent looking linebacker in Taurine York. But CJ Allen from Georgia, another guy who I like. He's a true 3-down backer. But if the Bills can take care of business there, I'd be very happy with it. Yeah, so as a box linebacker in a 4-3, he's most likely your middle linebacker. And if you can rush from the box, hell yeah. See, I really have a good feeling we give the Eagles an L at home. I do too. The Eagles aren't playing good. They won today, I believe, because they played the freaking Raiders. But, I mean, that's not saying a ton to me. That's just saying, you beat the Raiders. Whoop-de-doo. I mean, the Raiders did beat the Patriots week 1, but, like, what do you say to that? The Raiders, yeah, they beat the Raiders 31-0. Picking on the Raiders. Picking on Kenny Pickett. Let's see. Here you go. I have a really good feeling with yeah. Raiders who exactly? Exactly. I've said this before and I'll say it again. Their quarterback, his name is Pickett, right? It's the reality of the situation. And let's see how many times he threw interceptions today. One interception. 15-25 for 64 yards passing. What? You know what? Jalen Hurts, 12 of 15 for 175. He was accurate today. He was efficient. 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Saquon Barkley, 22 carries, 78 yards, and a tutty. Saquon's been having a bit of a down year, but what are you going to do? They're 9-5 now, so I think that we're gonna win out, dude. I don't see a team that is gonna give us much trouble. Max Crosby is the only person anyone knows on the Raiders. Yeah, he is. He's the only guy anybody really knows. But guys, much love to you all. Reading your comments and being interactive has extended my show to almost an hour today, which is usually not the case. Usually I only do about 30 minutes on a post game, but I'm so glad that you guys decided to, converse with me. Because again, this is my therapy, right? I get to sit here and talk ball with people. And now I've got more people in here who actually talk college ball, which is awesome because the draft is coming, whether we like it or not. We're going to go into these playoffs. probably heavy favorite, even if we don't win the division. No one wants to see the Bills. No one wants to see Josh Allen come to their stadium. No one wants any of that. They don't want this business. They want none of that smoke with Josh Allen. And so, guys, appreciate you guys for being here. You guys take care of yourselves. Do good, be good. God bless. Go Bills. And Josh Allen MVP. I'll hit my music.